Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to our monthly team call. Rebecca and myself. Rebecca sends her apologies. She is not on. She is, let's put it, incapacitated still, and probably will be for another couple of weeks. But she has actually given me some of her top tips for LRP to share with you guys. Which we'll do so in a bit, but we'll get started with our team call tonight. I'll just share my screen. So 1st of April, April Fool's Day. Hope you had some lovely tricks played on you, fooled by some people. There was one little trick I was fooled by, but I'm not going to say it because it's embarrassing today. But today we're going to do our team call on the Loyalty Rewards Program, and we've got a couple of people from the team coming on to share some of their top tips. First of all, I just wanted to, we have convention coming up on the 17th and 18th of May in Dusseldorf, Germany. If you haven't booked your ticket, book your tickets. It's going to be great. There is a Leaders Day on the 15th for anybody that hits Premier and above before that date. You may attend the Leaders Day. And then for all other builders and for the leaders as well, there's a full Builders Day on the 16th as well. So the 2 days before convention are run by wellness advocates, and they're all about the business and how to build the business. Convention is all about the oils and doTERRA and about the giving side of doTERRA, etc., and not so much focus on the business and statistics and things like that. And then we also have the gala, which is recognition for those that reach diamond and above. Then you'll be recognized at gala. But for those of you that aren't diamond or above, that are, whatever rank you are welcome to come to gala, and we really encourage you to celebrate those turning into diamonds, because when you turn diamond, it'd be lovely when people come and celebrate you as well. So, and it's also very motivational to go and be part of that, say, oh, one day I want to walk diamond at gala, and it's a lot of fun. There's a dance and a 3-course meal, so it's a lot of fun. I've created a Facebook group. Some people are on it. I've got to add a lot of people. If you want to be on that Facebook group because you're going or want to go to any part of the convention, and we all want to meet up or get groups together so that maybe you can get accommodation together or taxis together to the airport, then add your builders to that Facebook group. I'll put it on Silver Blossom later. But only do it for builders or people that want to go to convention, because we want to create a buzz on that Facebook group. If people aren't sure, don't add them to it. It's only for people that are going or really wanting to go to convention. Okay. Also, we've got the incentive trip. Okay, so lots of you are getting your points towards that, but that is the 17th to 20th of June. If you want to know the qualifications for that, then go to doTERRA Europe, the website, and you can have a look at how you're doing on there and if you what you need to do to get onto that incentive trip. So recognition for last month. So March, we had the Deep Blue offer, and we had some top enrollers. So well done to all of our top enrollers, people that got over 10 enrollments last month. But a special well done to Annette, who I believe, Saskia, I can see that you're on. Annette, I saw it today, really. Annette is on your team, Saskia. Is she on the call?
No, she's not in the call.
Oh, she's not. but she did 26 enrollments last month, which is amazing.
Yeah,
in Germany. So, well, can you congratulate her for us,
definitely.
Saskia, because that's well done. Massive. And she's
and
pretty new, right?
yeah, but we take this on the Diamond Club classes, and all the 26 came from 2 weekends. We make classes together.
Okay, so she was helping you with Diamond Club.
Yes.
Brilliant. So Diamond Club is a very good way to get people to help people to enroll, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Saskia. Well done for helping Annette to get to 26 enrollments. That's a massive achievement. And well done to everybody else. We have a few new elites. So congratulations to Lorna, Christine, Lorraine, Marina, Catherine, Agni, Rena, Barry, Maggie, Tanya, Kim, Julie, and Kim. Congratulations on hitting elite last month, guys. It's obviously the first building block to, you need 3 elites to get to silver. And so it's the first building block on your way to ranking further. We have some new premiers. So we've got Tonya, lovely Tonya. Is Tonya on? We've got Jenny. We've got Annette, who went to Premier last month thanks to her 26 enrollments. We've got Claire, and we've got Gemma Burke, who all went Premier last month. Congratulations, guys. Well deserved. And then we've got a wonderful announcement. Lisa and Tony Burke went gold last month. So congratulations, Lisa and Tony. Even though Tony is a Man United fan, we still want to recognise him as part of it. But obviously, we all know Lisa. Lisa was the general manager for Europe and has just recently joined the team and is going for it. So we've got Lisa, who's going to share a few thoughts. I think actually, in just a second, we'll have Lisa share a few thoughts on her way. So we've got tonight's call is about the Loyalty Rewards program. So the first person that I'd like to call on is Lucy Rosa, who is a silver, has some fantastic tips on LRP. And I've got to know Lucy a little bit over the we've been running a couple of little clubs, and she's been part of one of them, and really enjoying Lucy's enthusiasm and what she's all about with her doTERRA business. So Lucy, are you on?
I am, yeah, hello.
So thank you for coming on and sharing your top tips for LRP, Lucy. Really appreciate
it. No
problem. So over to you for a bit.
Lovely, thank you. So yeah, just a few things really. Obviously the Loyalty Rewards program is great for our customers, and that's really the way that I sell it. They need to be on it to get their free gifts. They need to get on it to get their points, and it's just an amazing program for them. It's loads better than any high street Loyalty Rewards program out there. And it's great for us because it is our residual income. People are ordering things without us having to hold their hands, without us having to enroll them, and it's just OV that's coming in naturally. So it really is the basis of our business, really. I don't know if you can see, because I can't see how I'm looking on the screen. Oh, there you go. So the Live Guide, I know this isn't about the Live Guide, but for me, this is... Are
you sharing your screen, Lucy?
No, I'm just holding it up.
Oh, I can't see it, actually. Oh, there you go. Go for it. Yeah, that's good.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I think it was me. I was sharing my screen and it wasn't showing you enough. So sorry, Lucy.
Okay, cool. It's okay. So I know obviously we talked about LRP, but the Live Guide is really key to getting people onto LRP. So if you don't use this in your wellness consults, get some and start using it, because education really is the key to get people onto LRP. And in the back of the Live Guide, on the last but one page is, sorry, it's not going to look very good. Actually 3 months LRP suggestions. So you can work through this with them and set up suggestions for things that you think that they need, or things that they think they need for the next 3 months. So then they're already set up to go for the next 3 months on LRP, which is a great start to their loyalty rewards program journey. They're then going to be going on to the next stage of the points. So yeah, it's a brilliant start. So the Live Guide is definitely key to your LRPs. Also education. So whether you give your customers a little book, mini A to Z guides, or if you give them an app or suggest to them that they buy the Modern Essentials book, or if they buy one of the apps you can pay for, that is a great way for people to start loving their oils. And once they love their oils, they need to buy more because they're using them. So that's how they end up getting on LRP. So these are really great. I don't know if you suggest these, Nathan, but I give these out to all my new customers.
Definitely suggest them.
Yeah. So education. So regularly throughout the month, educate your customers on the loyalty rewards program free products. Tonight I've just been on and done a live, told them what they get, how they get it, and I'm available for them to ask any questions. So that's it really, Nathan. I didn't know if you want me to cover anything else, but that was just a few things that I thought would be helpful.
No, that's terrific. Thank you very much, Lucy.
No problem.
Yeah, one of the we generally do give out one of those booklets with most people that buy a kit. If it's our enrollment, then we'll give something like that. Sometimes we've even given a book. So sometimes you might be incentivizing somebody to actually get the kit by giving them a book as well, like the Modern Essentials book, which might cost £20. So it basically takes your fast start away, but you've invested back into your customer, haven't you? They've got some really important information, which is probably they're going to use to probably get them onto LRP. Okay. Thank you very much, Lucy. Very, very useful. I'll just share my screen again. Where is it? Excuse me. Okay. Have any of you seen I know we shared on another team call, but there's an LRP video explaining it in 3 minutes for Europe. Okay, so it's not in America anymore, and so it's just a quick one. So you can send this to your customers. I won't show it to you now, but it is on the YouTube channel, doTERRA Europe, so you can share it, or it is on the Vimeo channel. I'll post it actually on Silver Blossom later, so you can then download it. But it's a great one to send customers to watch, and easy to watch. Okay. Lisa, are you there? So congratulations, Lisa and Tony, on going gold last month and doing it so quickly, moving so fast. Lisa has been working extremely hard and is very inspiring as to what she's doing. So I've asked Lisa just to give us a quick overview of the last month or two of what she's been doing and her journey so far, and then a couple of her top tips on LRP. If that's okay, Lisa.
Yeah. Hi, Nathan.
Thanks, Lisa.
I don't think you can see me, and I don't really know why. I don't know whether you can see me at all, because I've got my camera on, and but for some reason I'm just seeing a blank screen.
No, you can't see you. You're right.
Really strange, because if I stop the video, it comes up with my logo, and then if I start it, it just has a blank screen. So not quite sure what's going on there, but shall I just talk anyway?
Yeah, just talk anyway, Lisa.
Okay. So it's thank you for that, Nathan, and it's been quite a whirlwind last couple of months since I came over to the other side of the fence. It really has been quite a journey. The first thing I wanted to say is, obviously, I've got a lot of years of experience and I've got a lot of contacts, but nothing really replaces getting out there and put in the work and the effort in. So everyone has contacts, everyone has a contact list, and for me it was a matter of having to put in really, really fast, massive action. I woke up day one and I was like, oh my God, what have I done? My initial reaction was like, I've got this huge belief, but here I am. And now I've got to just go for this. And there was only one way to stop having that, oh my goodness moment. And that was just that fast, massive action. I shared that with you, Nathan, sort of right on day one. I said, right, this is, there's only one medicine for, making sure that there's no regrets. And that's doing what I know is possible with this business. So it really was, having that vision, because I know that in this business, if you work really, really hard for 2 to 3 years, then you can set yourself up for life. And that was my big why. I've also in that time sort of come out and sort of told the world about my health journey as well, which has also contributed to part of that decision that, one thing is we never know where tomorrow is, where we're going to be tomorrow, and how our health is going to be tomorrow. And now, as I've shared with people that I've got MS, this is, while I'm fit and healthy and well, I want to make sure I'm putting all my time and energy into creating a residual income that secures our future, regardless of what might happen to us in the future. So I started really in the same way as everybody else starts on this call, and that was doing my contact list. I've got some great people on that list that I've accumulated over the years, but everybody can do that. Everybody has a list of people. Then I'm really fortunate that my daughters are both in the business. So again, helping them with their contact list, just like each of us can help every single one that we've got on our team, and really revisit every single opportunity that we might have in, the base of people that we know, and make sure everybody knows about what we're doing. So that, was along with doing all the action points. So I've been immersing myself in classes, fairs, or again, all the stuff that everybody can do, just probably doing it, more of it, more intense, because I've got this massive why, and just making and turning that why into the business that, needs to be. Absolutely. I've had to make a choice between what I want to do now in opposed to what I want the most. And that is what I want to do now, probably some days, is put my feet up, lock myself away from the world, like we all do. Everyone has those moments. They're the things I want to probably do now, but it's not what I want most. What I absolutely want most is to be able to have the freedom that I know this business can bring. So to have that, I have to do the things that sometimes are uncomfortable to do, or sometimes just, we'd rather not do right at that moment. So that has been my focus these last couple of months. And going on to greatest tips, you asked me to go through that in terms of LRP. I sent you a leaflet actually on an email. I don't know whether you got the chance to. I
did actually. I was just doing that last minute.
Because I use this, and I'm not actually even sure where it was from. I'm sure it's a tool that, but I've got it saved and I use it, and I find this just really, really useful when doing consultations. So the wellness consult, first of all, to me, has to be part of the process. So it isn't something that we should just be doing you know, when we, you know, when we've got somebody that's really eager, we should be doing this every single time we get, whether it's a wholesale customer or a wellness advocate. It should become part of the process. So to me, it's something that should be booked when you're enrolling, sending them that video that you've already talked about in advance of the wellness consult, and making it part of my responsibility. I feel that that's my responsibility to somebody that has bought a kit. The last thing in the world, in fact, I would rather somebody didn't buy a kit if all they were going to do was put it in their cupboard and all I was going to do was not follow through with it. It's my responsibility to make sure they get the most out of those oils and the most out of their membership. So I need to make sure that every single person that is joining our business has a wellness consultation in my diary when they join. And then I use this particular handout because I think, other than the fact that it's really nice and simple to follow and shows people exactly what they get at each step, I like the bit at the bottom where it shows what it means if somebody puts in a 50 PV order for a year, 18 months, 2 years, and what it means if they put a 100 PV order in. And I also think it's nice especially if you've managed to do this one-to-one, if you take products along and show them what that looks like. So what does, 738, PV of products look like? It's huge. You can put it in a basket and show people you could have all of this for free. And if you're doing it online, obviously you could put a picture up and show people how much that actually means to them, so they can really see and visualize the benefits of what they're going to get out of their LRP. So that's sort of my tip. Believe in what you've got, make it your responsibility to follow through with the LRP, and choose between what you want now against what you want most.
Thank you very much, Lisa. As you were talking, Lisa, I also wanted to ask, I know the answer to it, but I wanted to ask you one question because I think it's really good for people. Were there any doubts in your mind that you could do this, Lisa?
Yeah. Yeah, there was. I mean, I had to, you have to have self-belief, but that doesn't mean that self-belief is always strong enough to carry you through. There are moments, and you know the answer because we've had these conversations where I'm like, what if I can't do it all again? I've done it before, but what if I couldn't? So yeah, so yeah, I think that's human. And it's human to be vulnerable, and it's human to have those moments. And as I say, I've tried to not have as many as I could have had if I hadn't have done massive action. I think I would have had more of those moments. Mm-hmm. I just had to get just so busy so that I couldn't get distracted by too much by self-doubt. I had to just go out there and and just focus on getting the action and the results.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for sharing that. And the reason I ask is because I think everybody doubts their self, or they have different doubts on certain things. And I think that even though as prepared as you were, and as you could see that leaders this is a successful model, right? Otherwise you wouldn't have given up your job in corporate.
Yeah.
You could see that it worked, and no one really has that. So your belief in the business was really high, but still there was a bit of doubt in yourself. And so I think what that shows is that everybody is going to have doubts about whether they can do it or not. What's really important is that you put as much work in as you possibly can and try and eradicate those doubts, because they don't mean anything.
Yeah, and I always say, I say there's 3 components to, the success here in this business. One is having a really strong why, and that's a given. That's something that everybody can search within and find their why. The second one is having a strong system, and again, that's been put in place, so we know we have something that can be replicated because so many people are being successful with the system. And then the third thing is that action, and that's the hardest thing, and that's the thing that we can all get held back by because of doubt. We can start doubting ourselves too much that it stops the action. So it is human to doubt. And as I say, I've had it too, but just turn that into action.
And wrong actions as well, Lisa. Would you say that your time has been spent on the key money-making activities like classes, talking to people?
Absolutely, yeah.
Are you spending loads of time creating Facebook groups?
No, I mean, we've done we've done some groups because you have to have a presence, but it is a small part of what we do.
It's not taking you very much time.
No, I mean, I sort of put a post on a day, but to be honest, most of it is sort of borrowed, where I'm not going to spend lots of time putting, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. There's no point in reinventing the wheel. That's not going to build my business.
Yeah. You can always
grow any faster.
You can always reinvent it a bit later, can't you? If you want to.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Lisa. Really appreciate that, and congratulations to you and Tony on hitting gold.
Thank you. Thanks for all your support and for everyone on here. It's great to be part of the community.
It's great to have you on the team, guys. And then our third person tonight is Cassie. Cassie, are you on? Cassie is a yoga teacher. She's a Reiki master. She's a blogger. She's a singer. And she's also elite. And Cassie is also very good at getting people onto LRP. So we've asked her to share some of her top tips for getting people onto LRP as well today. Are you there, Cassie?
Yeah, I'm here. Oh.
Thank you very much for sharing today.
Sorry, I didn't know how to unmute. I thought you were going to do it.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Thank you, Cassie. Over to you.
Thanks. So hi everyone. So really for me, I was thinking about this earlier because Daniel only asked me to come on earlier, and I think the biggest thing for me is that it's about having integrity in like what you're doing, like, and how you're building your business, because I think one thing I read about a while ago is like when businesses grow too fast but there's no like infrastructure in place, and then it all goes a bit down the pan because you can't kind of like serve the people that are kind of, you know, investing and trusting in you and everything. So for me it was like I obviously did want to like share the oils a lot at the beginning, but I was very conscious of the amount of time I have to dedicate to it and building like a solid kind of base that I knew those people were looked after and would order each month. So it came a lot about having integrity and like really creating a relationship of trust, that I am the person that my oil customers will come to for anything, like no matter how they're feeling. And yeah, like before it was said that you schedule their wellness consult straight away. I don't actually do that, but I think it's a really good idea for some people. I kind of have an automated email system so that I've created it. It's like my own. When they get their first kit, I'll put them in my mailing list, and then they'll get like their first email set. I think it's about 3 days later, and it just tells them like what my number is, what my details are, and it tells them like 5 top oils that are in their pack, like, and a link to all of the oils they can use in their pack. So I'm not trying to make them feel like I'm trying to overwhelm them or anything. And then a week after that, I set up their wellness consult, but like very casually, like I say, okay, let's have a chat about how you're getting on with the oils, and that's all automated. So then they just click a button to reply to me. And some people, you know, I will actually send another message on Facebook or something and just say, you know, how you're getting on, and then scheduling that chat. And the biggest thing is like really listening to them, but often people I get will start with like a kit, so like home essentials or family essentials, and the biggest thing for me is getting them to understand the power of LLV, because that supplement is already 70 PV in their basket each month, and if you can get them to know, okay, this, because for most people it does answer a lot of systemic issues and they do see a massive benefit. So I try and get them all to try it, and I always, you know, say there's the 30 days money back, but I will also like really try to, sorry, a message just popped up on the chat, I can't see that.
I'll read it to you in a minute.
Cool,
They've asked you a question.
Yeah, so I'll just try and get them on that, because I do think it answers a lot of systemic issues. So anyway, and then they'll order that each month. So most of my people are always on the LLV. There are a few that's like slip through the net, obviously. Even when I do a follow-up, I'll be really honest and say, well, actually, you know, these are the benefits of ordering each month, but just put a little thing in your basket. I'm not going to try and make someone have something they don't want. I don't want to feel forceful, but you know, there's people who 3 months later have then tried LLV and gone on to it. And the other thing I've done that kind of helps with that is I put them in a Facebook group, like my own personal one. I know this is like a normal thing, but I just post in it every day. But I put like thought-provoking questions like, who's on frankincense and what are you using it for, so that people really see everyone else talking about how these oils have affected them, and they all get really excited about it. And I'm kind of a bit sneaky, like I'll bring them in my yoga classes and I'll say, oh, we're going to try elevation today, and they'll go, oh, we haven't smelt this one. I'm like, well, Karen's got it, and everyone's having kind of like a conversation about the oils, and I'm like, oh, Karen's, what have you put on your LRP then? I've seen you've put 125 in, and Karen's like, oh, I've ordered this, and the other. She's like, oh no, and then they'll all start going on about their oils. So the people who aren't having the oils in the class, like, they don't feel left out, but they come and ask me for the consult then. But it's all about now, I think I'm getting a lot of the trust from how I'm doing my natural solutions, and I found my flow with that. And I'm very honest and like just share things. I'm not very forceful anymore. I wasn't forceful at the beginning, but I was probably a bit nervous. So I guess it's just, for me, it's creating trust, getting them to understand the quality of LLV, but creating a community and a culture. So then it just kind of drives itself. That's kind of what I've found is working so far. But, you know, there's always room for change. So,
yeah. Well, thank you very much, Cassie. That's I really like what you're saying there about creating, because you know you've got your own community with your Reiki and your yoga, but it can be applicable to if you're doing it online. You know, creating a buzz in the community that you're in, right? You know, so you're creating a buzz with saying, what's everyone using frankincense for online? And I think that's brilliant. And then even creating joking around with what you've got on your LRP, and so that the one.
Confess, what are you spending? I'm like 200 PV, Karen. Like, what are you gonna have a collection? And so
you just joke around with it. It kind of breaks the ice, and then people start to get familiar with the terms and before they buy. Sometimes, I imagine.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be heavy. Like, I've done like love potions and silly excuse my French, but I've put one in my private group. Sorry if there's any children listening, but essential oils for nasty bastards, and it's for like horrible bosses. And I was like, try these. We've got nasty bastards at work, and like people laugh at that. So then they're actually like, oh, do you know what? I'm going to give that a go. And like, love potions, grumpy pants.
Do the love potions work?
Yeah, so this is my tip. If you do want to get a bit of nookie, get some bang behind the ear and a bit of passion. And I personally, I think vetiver works if you're with someone who's anxious. You will. I'm telling you, everyone. You need to. It's oil manipulation.
Gemma's just reminded me I've got enough kids, and that's true. Actually, I do. So. Thank you so much for sharing all of that, Cassie. Really appreciate your time and some great points. Saskia was just asking actually on the question. She said, "Do you use your the system, the email system that you use? Do you just do it for your personal sign-ups, or you do it for your team members too?"
Yeah. So that's something that I actually ask the enroller. So say it's like so my personal ones, yes, but say like I've got a wellness advocate. I'll work close with them and new people. So if they enroll someone and it's their enrollee, does that make sense?
It does, yes. And I would 100% advise you to do that.
I ask them. I just ask them.
Everyone's do that. And also, you want it to be a duplicable system, don't you? So you want people to be duplicating you and not having to just give you more work to do, right? Just hand all of their customers to you to look after. You don't really want that.
Yeah, well, I can get a bit guilty of that, I think.
That's
something I have to work on.
I mean, there's an extent when you first start and you're trying to help builders out, right?
Yeah.
And but you don't want to be that person that you're taking all the work on for your builders.
Yeah, okay. So
that's for all of you, not just for you, Cassie, but that's for everyone on that note. Thank you so much, Cassie, for sharing. Talking about it with Rebecca today, and we just wanted to share a couple of our points, which we've shared before with a lot of you, but we're just going to quickly share with you again. But if any of you have got any top tips that you'd like to share while we're just discussing this for the next 5-10 minutes, could you just put it in the comment box and I'll just read them quickly out at the end, so we can get everyone's top tips for LRP on here. Okay. So when I was discussing it with Rebecca today, we really feel for us, and I want to say this, everyone can build however you want to build, okay? And if it works for you, fantastic. What we're sharing on here today is tips that work for us. So Cassie's sharing tips that work for her. Lisa's sharing tips that work for her. Lucy was sharing tips that work for her. And we are sharing tips that work for us and we've seen work for others, okay? So you can take these tips and use them, but what you'll find is that some tips won't work for you because you're different personalities, okay? So you need to take away what works for you, try things, and what works for your personality and how you're going to use it best, okay? So we really find that the process that we use is classes and then wellness consultations. We find that having the structure of a wellness consultation really, really helps us to make sure we get people onto LRP. So LRP for us starts with the class, which starts and then goes into the wellness consultation. So when you are, and the big thing that people come to me and say is that they find people, they struggle to get people to the wellness consultation. When you are at the class, the biggest thing to do is to sell the wellness consultation at the class and believe that people want to have that wellness consultation, because you're going to give half an hour to 45 minutes of your personal time, one-on-one, to help them with their individual stuff, okay? So they're going to want to do this. It's a no-brainer for them. Your time is worth a lot, okay? So this is the belief that to be able to sell this wellness consultation, and ideally what you actually think, because it really is a lot of your time that you're giving, right? Okay, so if you've got a class and you've had 5 people come to it and you've done an hour there, and now you're going to do a 45-minute or half an hour wellness consultation with someone one-on-one, well, that's very, very valuable. So just think like that. So when you sell that at the class, okay, you bought a Home Essential kit. So you're also going to get with that a personal wellness consultation with me, where we'll go one-on-one through your oils and how we can help you with certain things. And I can show you resources, etc. I can show you the back office. I can help you with whatever you need to know. And obviously, as you're showing people through the person through all of that, it's obviously leading them all towards LRP. Okay. So it's important also that at the class, when you sell the kit, that you book the wellness consultation as soon as you can after that. Okay. So if you can, book it at the class. If someone hasn't got their diary with them, make sure you follow up with them, email them to book it as soon as possible to get that wellness consultation in. If you haven't done wellness consultations with a lot of your sign-ups, there is no time like right now and going back to them and saying, hey, have you had your wellness consultation? How are you getting on with your oils? Okay, so call them and get on the wellness consultation right now. Or you could always do a second wellness consultation if you're not sure how people are doing. Okay. One tip that Rebecca said to me that she uses quite a lot, which really helps, is to make sure that you send before, so you booked in a wellness consultation with somebody, but before you do the wellness consultation, you send them an email or a Facebook message with the Live Guide, okay? And ask them in that email to have just had a brief look at the Live Guide before the wellness consultation. So they get a bit more exposure to, and they might have read the whole thing, or they might have gone through different things and expanded it so that when they come to that wellness consultation, they are a lot more informed. And the conversation is a much more in-depth one with them, okay? To help with LRP, it's when you do the wellness consultation, you're really looking for specific needs. So you're looking to tailor that wellness consultation to the person. And we don't necessarily need to call it wellness consultation. We can just call it the chat, all right? The chat that's trying to help someone get onto LRP, okay? But you need to get people onto LRP, you need to be thinking about them specifically and helping them with their specific needs. And ideally, you're helping them with the supplements. So the LLV, like Cassie was just saying, is an extremely powerful product and easy and simple to be able to get people onto LRP with, okay? I say easy, I don't mean it's easy to get people onto LRP with that. I don't mean to belittle that. What I mean is it's easier than explaining like GX Assist and the Deep Blue polyphenols and all the other supplements that there are. LLV is a much more simpler one to explain to people and can help with so many ailments. It's also good to go over other products. So for instance, it's important to let people know that we've got the shampoos, we've got the toothpaste, we've got the On Guard detergent and those products. But at the same time, keep it simple. Don't overwhelm them with this is our whole product catalog, right? So obviously, there's balance. You've got to find a balance in sharing with them more than just what they bought and what they had at the class so that they want to go on to LRP, but not too much that it overwhelms them. Okay, so, you'll refine that. It's a skill that you'll learn and you'll refine and you'll to help people to get on to LRP. One of the tips that Rebecca does really, really well, as she was explaining, was because I do it slightly different to Bex, and I'll talk about what I do. She comes much more from the perspective of oil-based, like sharing people with the oils and their ailments. I come much more from a practical base of the savings and the points that you can get. And there's nothing wrong with either way. It's just what works for you. And if you can merge the two, then I think that's probably merging the two is probably the very best way. She explains how she has swapped where she shopped. Okay, now people, she doesn't explain it like that. That's a new phrase that I think Peter Rear and Neil and some of the other guys are sharing how they get LRP. We've shared it like that, but not called it swap where you shop. But we really like that. So if you explain to people how, look, over time, I was using normal toothpaste, and then I started using the doTERRA toothpaste, and you give the benefits of why the doTERRA toothpaste, and then we started using the shampoo, then the detergent, and so now it covers our LRP every month for all the basics. So she just explains that, and that really helps to show the transformation of what you can then use for your LRP. When you're another tip is when you're explaining the LRP, don't try and go into too much detail. Don't explain like all the finer points. You can explain that at a later date. It can be very overwhelming. Just keep it really simple. Okay, keep it as simple as you can, and then over time you can try to tell people that the nuances with it. Because obviously that it's complicated in ways. People want to share that. It costs you £2 every time that you do an LRP order. And I'm not saying don't share that with people, but just remember how to share it with people, because it can be overwhelming. And people can think, oh, they're taking money left, right, and centre, which isn't the case if you don't explain it properly. So just be careful how you explain stuff and keep it brief. One of the things that I do that works quite well for me is I will do a Zoom wellness consultation, and I'll show people how to set up LRP every time, right there and then. Whether they're going to set it up right then and there or not, I always assume that they're going to eventually. So I just say, hey, let me show you how to set it up. And then generally, I'd say 60, 70% of the time, they say to me, actually, I've got this oil and this oil that I want to purchase. Oh, can you just set it up for me right now? And I just set it up for them right there and then. So then their LRP is then done. And then I explain to them how to go through it. Now, they might need to call me the next month, and I might have to show them again how to change it. But that doesn't happen that often. Okay. And just a couple of things we just wanted to share that you can do. So if from other leaders, if you've not done wellness consultations with people, or you can't get the wellness consultation booked in, you've got lots of customers that your enrollments probably, and you can go back and do customer care calls. So you can always get a customer's never lost, right? They're on the system. You can always go back, say to them, hey, I just wanted to see how you're getting on with your oils. Would you like to set up a time, or talk to them right there and then about how they, and you could do a mini wellness consultation with right there and then with what their issues are, what they need help with. Some people do LRP packs. So they give away different things with the kit, or a couple of weeks after. Newsletters, continued education is really important. Some people do workshop days. They do live workshop days where they invite all their customers to. And then because they're talking about frankincense, and then they can go into the Loyalty Rewards program with people that want to then buy from that. You can do it online as well. You could do workshop classes online. A lot of people give away a free book, and then they might do a class on how to use the free book, or a 10-minute video. The Droply app, which we had on the call in February, really good for LRP, giving that to free to people. As long as we're showing people how to use it and people are using it. What's really, really important that we want to get across today is that it is worth your time, spending your time with your customers, turning your customers into good customers. So invest and spend time with them. Okay, invest in your customers, spend time with them, and that will build a strong and really fruitful business. And you'll also be very grateful and your customers will be grateful because you are genuinely interested in them and getting the best for them. And it's not just about making them spend on LRP; it's about helping them. Okay. Anybody want to share any top tips before we go, or is there any on there? Kim said that at the wellness consultation, she usually says, why wouldn't you go on LRP? It's like saying no to a club card, and it's a great way to save up for any of the more expensive oils you'd like and receive free gifts. Thank you, Kim. I would look at LRP. People go through the stage of they find it hard to sell the kits. Okay, builders find it hard to sell the kits. Then they kind of start getting that really well. But then the next step is to sell in LRP, and that can be the hardest step for people. How to get people onto LRP, and it can be neglected. But it is, after signing people up, it is the most fundamental part of building your business. And if you get LRP and you can sign people up, you can build this business very, very strong. And it's not much harder to get people onto LRP once you sign them up. It's just a case of building your skill set with it and how to say it appropriately and to excite people, but also your belief in it's a no-brainer. Why would you not do this? Like most of us know now, it's a no-brainer. Why would people not buy the essential oils? Why would they not buy the kits? It's why would you not go onto LRP? That's the belief system we have. Nicole said that, I think she's asking a question actually. Can I ask, lots of my contacts are far away, so I have been doing wellness consultations over the phone. This seems to work. Do I do most of mine face-to-face? I think I've done one face-to-face. I do all of my ones via Zoom, always via Zoom. That's because most of our contacts aren't just down the road, and it's much more convenient via Zoom. Bex has done them, if they're friends, she'll do them face-to-face, but she's done lots via Zoom. I would say like face-to-face via Zoom is best, or face-to-face live, but I think Zoom works best because you can then also show your screen and show people how to use the back office. Peter said that he talks about preventative healthcare, establishing daily wellness routines. Thanks for that, Peter. Do we have any other comments or thoughts, guys? Thank you all for sharing. Yeah, Bruce has just said if they're builders, if they want to build, then they can add like peppermint and wild orange for sampling and things like that. Thanks, Bruce. Any other tips? Anyone got any tips that works well for them that we haven't discussed? Or anything on here that actually, that works really well when I do that. No problem. Peter's saying swap where you shop is a winner for them. So yeah, LRP, the Loyalty Rewards Program, it's an amazing program that doTERRA have set up for us. It's fantastic. So make sure that we sell it as best as we can. We educate people, educate our customers in it, believe in it, and understand LRP so that you can teach it simply. I think that's the biggest skill set you can learn with LRP, is understanding it yourself and understanding it enough so you can teach it very simply. Not to go into too much detail. You just talk about the points and how much points you can get back and the products that you can get from that and the savings that can be made. And then you can really share that well. Catherine says that she gives a free 5 ml wild orange. That encourages people to get their wellness consultations booked. She also samples toothpaste, deep blue rub, and some veggie caps. Is that to get them to do the wellness consultation, Catherine?
Hi, sorry. To get people to get their wellness consultations booked in. So I say I have a free gift for them, which normally gets them excited. And then I give them a free wild orange 5 ml, which you can buy as a class kit. And I think they only cost about £1.60. You buy a pack of 10.
Yeah.
And then also just a sample of the toothpaste. I say how I use my LRP to buy things I'd be buying anyway. So I'd buy the On Guard toothpaste, deep blue rub, and veggie caps, and just to let them sample other things, really.
That sounds like an LRP pack to me.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a terrific idea. So that's some things that you can use so people can start using them in their daily lives and get used to them. Thank you, Catherine, for sharing that. Linda says that she always gives sample toothpaste, shampoo, and a wild orange at the wellness consultation. I think that's a great idea. To be honest, we've not done the LRP pack, so we should start doing the LRP pack a bit more. Well, thank you everybody for all of your comments and thoughts today. Hopefully that was useful. And thank you for Lisa, for Lucy, and for Cassie for sharing today. And well done for everybody that ranked last month and our top enrollers. Congratulations, everybody. And good luck this month. We'll see you all soon. And remember, if you've not booked your convention tickets, make sure you book them. It's going to be great this year, okay? So make sure you book them. Thanks, everybody. See you all soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.